All right. Are you ready to dive into some fitness facts? Because today we're going to be tackling a myth that's been making the rounds online.
Yeah.
Syncing your workouts, to your menstrual cycle.
Uh-huh.
You might have heard of it as like cycle syncing. The idea is that you shift your exercise routine depending on where you are in your cycle.
It's a trend that's really taken off,
Yeah.
popping up everywhere, like even fitness apps all over social media.
Right.
But before you start like rearranging your entire workout schedule, we've got this really fascinating research from McMaster University,
Oh, cool.
published in the Journal of Physiology, and it might make you rethink, this whole cycle syncing thing.
Okay, so let's break down what this study actually, found. They were specifically looking at how the menstrual cycle impacts muscle growth and repair, which is, pretty important if you're hitting the weights.
Right.
So they recruited a group of healthy young women and followed their cycles for 3 months, making sure these women had, typical cycles, because let's face it, not everyone has a textbook 28-day cycle.
Right, exactly. They wanted to make sure that their findings were, relevant to a wider range of women.
Right.
So then came the interesting part. They had these women do some, heavy resistance exercise, things like weightlifting, during 2 very specific phases of their cycles. The follicular phase, where estrogen is higher, and then the luteal phase, where progesterone is dominant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the big reveal? What did they find?
So they found absolutely no difference in how muscles grew and repaired themselves between those 2 phases.
Wow.
So whether you're in the high estrogen phase or the high progesterone phase, it seems like your muscles they respond to exercise the same way.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, this is a pretty big finding, because it directly challenges the whole idea of cycle syncing for muscle growth. A lot of the hype around this trend, it comes from animal studies, but this human study shows, what works for a lab rat doesn't always translate to us humans.
Right. And the researchers themselves were pretty clear about their finding.
Yeah.
Lead author Lauren Colenso-Semple, she said, and I'm quoting here, "Our findings conflict with the popular notion that there is some kind of hormonal advantage to performing different exercises in each phase. We saw no differences regardless of cycle timing."
Yeah, pretty straightforward. So does this mean we should just throw out the whole concept of cycle syncing, when it comes to our workouts? Not necessarily.
It's important to remember this study focused very specifically on how the menstrual cycle impacts muscle growth and repair.
Yeah.
It doesn't address other potential effects of your cycle on things like your energy levels or your mood or how you just feel during a workout.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's not to say that women don't experience, very real changes throughout their cycle.
Sure.
But it's suggesting that maybe those changes don't impact muscle growth in the way that we thought. Senior researcher Stuart Phillips, he put it this way: "Our work shows that women who want to lift weights and recondition their muscles should feel free to do so in any phase of their cycle. There is no physiological difference in response to the exercise. It is important to tailor your training to how you feel."
Okay, so this research it's basically giving you the freedom to exercise whenever you feel your best without worrying about, sabotaging your gains because of where you are in your cycle.
Yeah, right.
But it also raises a really interesting question, right?
Uh-huh.
If it's not purely about hormones driving, those ups and downs in how our workouts feel,
Yeah.
what else might be at play?
That's a great question. So we've kind of busted that myth that, you need to perfectly time your workouts to your cycle for optimal muscle growth. But that kind of leaves us with this fascinating question. What is influencing how you feel during your workouts, throughout the month? We know it's not just about hormones, right? So let's maybe explore some other key factors that could be playing a role.
Yeah, because let's be real, we've all had those days where we hit the gym feeling unstoppable.
Yeah.
And then other days where just getting there feels like a workout in itself,
Exactly. And while that McMaster study, focused on muscle growth, it didn't really touch on these other factors that can have a huge impact on how your workouts feel.
Right.
One of the biggest culprits: sleep.
Sleep, the cornerstone of good health. I mean, we all know we need it, but are we getting enough quality sleep? It's not just about the number of hours, right?
You're absolutely right. It's about getting that, deep restorative sleep that allows your body to truly recharge.
Right.
And lack of quality sleep can, just tank your energy levels and make your workouts feel like way harder, regardless of where you are in your cycle.
Yeah, so if you're constantly hitting the snooze button and dragging yourself through your workouts, maybe like prioritizing sleep could be a game changer.
Yeah, for sure.
But what about those times where you're well rested but still feel off during your workout? What else could be going on?
Well, stress is another major factor that often gets overlooked.
Oh yeah. Okay.
When you're chronically stressed, your body is pumping out cortisol, the fight or flight hormone.
Right.
And that can really mess with your energy levels and your motivation to exercise.
It's like your body is saying, like, I'm too busy dealing with, this deadline or that family drama to worry about building muscle.
Exactly. Your body, it prioritizes survival over things like getting stronger or fitter.
Wow. Okay.
So finding healthy ways to manage stress, whether it's meditation or spending time in nature, or even just taking a few minutes to breathe deeply,
Right.
that can have a huge impact on your workout experience.
Okay. So stress management, check. Sleep,
Yeah.
check.
Mm-hmm.
What else should we be paying attention to when it comes to like optimizing our workouts?
Well, we can't talk about fitness without talking about nutrition.
Right. Of course.
What you fuel your body with plays a crucial role in how you perform. Are you getting enough protein to support muscle recovery? Are you eating enough overall to have the energy to power through those tough workouts?
And are you staying hydrated?
Yeah.
I know I've learned that lesson the hard way. Dehydration can really sap your energy and make even the easiest workout feel brutal.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
and it's not just about what you're eating and drinking, but also like when you're eating in relation to your workouts.
Oh, okay.
Some people need a pre-workout snack for energy, while others find that eating too close to exercise makes them feel sluggish.
So it's really about paying attention to how different foods and drinks make you feel before, during, and after your workout.
Exactly. Yeah.
But even if you're nailing your sleep, stress management, and nutrition, there's still another piece of the puzzle, right? Like individual preferences and tolerances.
Right. Some people just naturally feel more energetic during certain phases of their cycle, regardless of any like measurable physiological changes.
Right.
It's about tuning into your own body and figuring out what works best for you.
Right.
And we can't forget that a lot of women, they experience real, sometimes challenging symptoms throughout their cycle.
Right. Yeah.
Things like cramps and bloating and mood swings can definitely impact your motivation and ability to exercise. So it's not about like pushing through pain or trying to force yourself to stick to some rigid workout schedule.
Right. It's about working with your body, not against it.
Exactly. If you're feeling fantastic, go ahead and push yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're feeling drained and achy, it's okay to opt for a gentler workout or even just some stretching and rest.
Yeah. This research really, really empowers you to tailor your fitness routine to how you feel on any given day.
Yeah. It's about ditching those one-size-fits-all approaches and embracing the fact that we're all unique individuals, right?
Right.
What works for one person might not work for another, and that's okay.
Totally. This is where things get really exciting, right? It opens up like a whole new world of personalized fitness. Imagine if we could use technology to track not just our cycles, but also our sleep patterns, stress levels, nutrition, even our moods.
Yeah.
We could create like truly individualized workout plans.
Wouldn't that be incredible? It would take all the guesswork out of it.
Yeah.
And allow you to train smarter, not just harder by taking all of these, factors into account. We would be moving away from these like generic workout plans,
Yeah.
and stepping into a world where fitness is truly tailored to you. But even without all the fancy tech, there's a lot you can do right now to start personalizing your fitness journey.
Absolutely. So what are some practical tips for like tuning into your body and creating a workout routine that truly feels good and gets you the results you want?
That's a great question, and that's exactly what we'll be exploring in the final part of this deep dive.
Welcome back. We've been, debunking that persistent workout myth about syncing your workouts to your cycle,
Right.
and exploring all the other, fascinating factors that can make your workouts feel, amazing or totally dreadful.
Yeah, we've covered how, sleep and stress and nutrition, they can all impact, your exercise experience.
Right.
But how can you actually, use all this information to create a workout routine that works for you? Because, knowledge is only powerful if you actually put it into practice.
Right. So let's get practical. Where do we even begin?
Well, I think the most important step is to start cultivating what I like to call, body literacy.
Okay.
It's all about becoming more aware of your body's
Yeah.
signals and learning to really listen to what it's trying to tell you.
Body literacy, I love that. It's like learning a new language, but instead of, words, it's about understanding the messages your body is sending,
Exactly. It's about noticing those, subtle cues and patterns,
Right.
both physical and emotional.
Yeah.
Do you tend to have more energy in the mornings or evenings?
Right.
Are there certain times of the month when you feel more, easily fatigued? How do your workouts feel after like a stressful day versus like a relaxing one? Do you notice a difference in your energy and motivation depending on what you ate?
It's about paying attention to all those things and starting to connect the dots. Like I know I've definitely had those like mid-workout energy crashes after like a sugary breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Not a good feeling.
And once you start paying attention to these patterns, you can start making, adjustments to your routine.
Okay.
Like if you always feel, sluggish in the evenings, maybe morning workouts are better for you. If stress just totally zaps your workout motivation, maybe incorporating some, stress reducing activities into your routine could help.
Okay, so it's about finding what works best for your body and your lifestyle. But what if you're, already doing all the right things, eating well, prioritizing sleep, managing stress, but you're still struggling to find a workout routine that feels good and gets you the results you want?
Well, in that case, don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay. Okay.
Fitness is not a one size fits all thing. There are so many different ways to move your body.
Right.
So try different activities, and see what resonates with you. Maybe you thought you were a yoga person, but it turns out you thrive in a high intensity interval training class.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you hate running, but you love to dance.
Yeah, it's about finding something that makes you feel good, something you actually look forward to doing, right? Because let's be honest, if you dread your workouts, you're not going to stick with them long term.
Exactly. And don't forget that your needs and preferences, they can change over time.
Right.
So what you loved doing a year ago might not be the best fit for you today.
Yeah.
Be flexible and allow yourself to explore new options.
Yeah. And if you're feeling like lost or overwhelmed, don't hesitate to reach out for support. There are so many amazing resources available from like personal trainers and group fitness classes to like online communities and fitness apps.
Right.
Find a support system that empowers you to listen to your body and make choices that align with your goals.
So to bring it all together, this deep dive has been about challenging assumptions and empowering you to take control of your fitness journey. It's about moving away from rigid rules and those one size fits all approaches,
right? And
embracing a more personalized, intuitive approach to exercise.
It's about tuning into your body, experimenting, finding what truly works for you, and most importantly, finding joy in movement. Remember, fitness is a journey, not a destination. It's about celebrating what your amazing body can do.
Now that you don't have to sync your workouts to your cycle, what other fitness myths are you ready to debunk? We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a trending health topic.
Awesome.
Until then, keep exploring, keep moving, and keep listening to your incredible bodies.